this is the statue they're racing for today. This is the Rutgers colors, and this is the Princeton colors. And you can see on here it says last year Princeton won.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Are you ready? Go!
Go, Tiger! Let's go! Let's go!
In the race just concluded, the lightweight men's third varsity fours, Princeton A boat, was first in a time of 7 minutes, 2 seconds even.
Take yourself a spot, Dad. We'll set up the chairs.
Are you ready? Go!
Well, I rode in 55, 56, and 58. 57 I couldn't row because I'd broken my wrist playing hockey. What?
In the men's heavyweight third varsity eights, just finished, Princeton's the winner. Very good time of 6 minutes, 12.3 seconds.
But there have been times.
It is the first French boat. They would have taken the time trial.
Well,
so sure,
right, but the famous, the 21B was the boat that beat the A boat and wound up winning, the whole shooting match.
When was that?
1921, I believe.
Oh, it's wonderful. We came here from Oklahoma.
Hey, did you?
Yeah.
Did you row for Princeton?
Sure.
Well, tell me who you are.
Maxwell Steinhardt, and I rode in 76, class of 78. And we came here with Lon and Mary Israel, who came from California, from Etna, California. And he was the class of 43 or 5, depending on, because of the war.
Right.
He rode then.
What was your boat? 81.
And they never lost.
Tell us who you are.
I'm Michael Rosenbaum, class of 81. And I came here from California because I'm a trustee and required to be here. And enjoying the day very much. So.
And that's his father.
My senior year, our varsity coach, Dutch Shuck, had a heart attack. They sent up the freshman coach with all the boats to race at New Haven. They called my father, and my father came down to the Yale boathouse, took every coxswain and the coach over the course beforehand, gave them, including me, some advice, and we swept the river. We didn't lose a race. I don't think I've ever met an oarsman or coxswain, they were only men, that I haven't liked. You can really trust them. This is a crazy sport. Nobody knows who you are or what you're doing, but it certainly binds you together for the rest of your life.
Gotten a little bit of even in lane 2, even a little bit of open. Cruise on. Are you ready? Go! Go! volley from the Navy at Rutgers at 32.5. And with the cruising lane one.
Columbia was third.
Race, Rutgers and Princeton. After the first 10 strokes, the cruiser level. Princeton at 43.5, Rutgers at 42.5. Again, this is the first freshman heavyweights. Princeton versus Rutgers. Princeton and O'Hagan for the strong point for the Princeton crew. They started it right at the 1,000, and it just seems to be moving. In the first row, we have Greg Lee at the bow seat, Dan Wilson at 2. We have Matt nearly 3/4 of a length open over the Rutgers.
I'm Chick Cole, class of 45, and we all, because of the war, we graduated in 48, most of us, but we were the first lightweight,
Pointing and being
the first Princeton bow, excuse me, to win at Henley. So we went over in 48. We had an undergraduate coach, Dave Spencer, and that was a wonderful experience.
Only one that wasn't a parade was the varsity women.
They were pushed.
Yeah.
They were pushed. Not very much. I mean, open water. But
No,
it was closed water.
It
That's
was closed water, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
3 seconds, probably.
Are you guys looking forward to the event tonight? You're going to be there?
Oh, sure.
That's why
You
we're
kidding me?
here.
They're going to allow you in?
We'll have to see. It's supposed to be
Marshall, we're not sure of.
Clothes on. So doesn't that mean semi-formal?
Marshall's a date with the judge in town, I think.
No, that was a long time ago, Pete. That was a younger day. We made a vote last night that we are not only going to be known as the class of 68 crew, we're not going to have any distinctions between heavies and lights, because we can't tell the difference between the heavies and lights. Well, good.
Less than 400 to go.
Hey, Gary.
Good to see you again.
How are you?
It's good. Nice to see you. How you doing? It's great to see you again.
It's a great day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody loves the parade.
You got it. That's right. 645 strong coming back today. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
You know, I was skiing out in Colorado last week, and I got put in a group lesson with a guy that said that you were his coach, a guy named Sandy Williams.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the 60s.
Yep,
So,
yep.
yeah, we were talking about you.
Uh-oh.
How many came back for all this?
Oh, there's a lot.
Yeah?
I have no idea how many.
Well, I want to just say that this has been a terrific day. We've been working hard to get this together. The feeling here is absolutely terrific. The crews look great.
All right, Dan.
Yeah.
Come on, Tweaky.
As soon as I can. See you later.
Dan, what do you
Good
do?
luck today.
These are just the folks I coach, the women's crews for the last couple of years.
Well,
So
how's
they're
it
all
feel
here.
you got here?
Oh, it's great. I mean, it's exciting because I get to see folks that I rode with, plus all these people that I've coached. Plus I see racing, plus I get my own crews for Cornell, get to race today. It's quite an action-packed day. Get to drive around the launch, look at good old Lake Carnegie again, which is a place like no other.
The Sykes and Prescott family is with you in spirit today as you celebrate 125 years of successful rowing at Princeton. Congratulations to all who are part of rowing and the heritage at Princeton. Best wishes to all, always, and thank you again for honoring the Sykes family.
Christen these Gordon Sykes.
Thank you. Port over. Port over. Yep, go ahead. Thank you. Both not drinking. Good job.
The next boat that we're going to dedicate, this will be a short speech, is for my classmate and the Director of Athletics, Gary Walters, who's here to my right.
That's fine. Good work. Not too much.
I'm particularly embarrassed because the person who, in my department, has been the real leader in behalf of crew is Inga Radis, and I think, you know, her name should be up on this boat with mine, I can tell you that. And I feel it's a great honor, not only to our crew, but to Princeton to have a man of Jim's caliber to be remembered this way today. Thank you very much. We've got a number of members of the class of 1972 and a couple of honorary members who rode with us and who will contribute to the boat now that they're in the photo.
Yeah!
When I started making some calls around to try to get a class of 1972 boat in the boathouse, the response was immediate, and we immediately upped our goals to try to endow a boat. And we're more than halfway toward our goal after about 3 months.
Okay, is this working? All right, I christen this the Jennifer Ann Marin. And in the hopes of more undefeated seasons, we christen this the undefeated 85. Woo!
Class of 1983 freshman lightweights brought together actually a whole boathouse family. All right. I think I will say nothing else except that it is wonderful at last to be able to dedicate a boat like this. And I know I wouldn't be doing it if my grandfather hadn't been a great oar. This is the first time I have reason to thank him for giving me the name of Rudolph as opposed to all the other things that came with it. I christened thee the Rudolph Raft.
I'd like you to come up and help me to dedicate this boat. Woo! It is the Jim and Nora Kelly on the port side, or starboard side, the Nora and Jim Kelly on the port side.
Stay there.
I'd like my parents to help in pouring the champagne as we dedicate the shell, the Nora and Jim / Jim and Nora Kelly, Parents 81.
Next is alumni row, and after that, a very well-earned dinner for everybody. Thanks again. Thank you, PURA.
Last night, Carrick was here last night. Joe Nash and 8 kids was here last night.
This is our 25th year. Can you believe it? 25 years from doing this?
He still looks that good.
That's right. And they still look like this.
We're having a group effort to try to endow this shell. Right now, this boat has never lost a race, the one we're holding. So
we're about to change that right now.
About to change that right now.
Congratulations to Princeton Rowing for a big day. Congratulations to the 72 and the class of 73 that are represented around this boat.
Here we go.
You shove off on the bow. Yep. But
you want to grab that oar, just push it out?
Thank you.
JC, push it out. Push it.
Here we go.
Yee, wait here. Yeah.
Together essential?
Together is not essential, but it looks better.
Tiger, 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 sit, 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 boom, 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 bow. Go, you guys do.
The second one in.
See that middle span?
Mush! Mush!
See the middle span on the bridge?
Yeah, see the middle span on the bridge.
See the middle span on the bridge?
Yes.
Pull through.
Everybody ready?
Kathy.
Oh, nice shirt.
Kathy.
Push off. Oh, nice. All right, keep pushing. Thank you. Way to go, guys. Have a good one, guys. See you next year. Okay. Bye, guys. Blades on the water. Bow 4. Ready. Row. Wait a minute. Now we're starting from... Tiger, tiger, tiger. Sis, sis, sis. Boom, 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 boom. Go, old folks. Harder on court.
Go! And we'll take last 40 strokes, last 40 strokes. Full cockpit, count out 40 strokes. Last 10 strokes.
Motor power in the other lawn.
Okay, thank you. Let's have these two crews sit ready. 2, 1. Are you ready? Go!
You better put a timer on us here. We're liable to break some records.
Yeah, it's all set.
Yeah.
I'll pick it up when we finish. Ready.
The whole thing is going to be fast. Okay? The 2 3/4 half again. Ready? Go! 1, 2, 1, go!
we're still floating after the start.
You guys haven't killed each other.
We're alive. See if they want to race this.
Class average of about 57, and they're challenging you guys to a 50-stroke piece. 40 strokes on the coxswain call. Are you ready? Go! Everyone's pacemaker is intact. Good work.
Get ahead and stay ahead.
Damn, Eric couldn't help a bit.
Once you're ahead, it's just
You should stay ahead.
There isn't any hair in this boat. 40-stroke piece. Or until someone's pacemaker blew out.
We'll pick up both.
What classes do we have out here right now?
62 predominantly, 58. 63 and 64 also on the boat. 58. He's the old guy. 58.
You got a bunch of 58s over there. That's how we beat
59. And they're predominantly what, 58?
Are you ready? Ready up! Go! One, go!
Got halfway there, I forgot that.
72.
73, 74.
This is our coxswain. This is
72,
Charlie.
3 and 4. I was the class of 72. I took a year off. I was class of 73, and I took a year off, and now I'm class of 97.
Here are 3 coxswains.
Look at these 3 guys. Don't they look like coxswains?
Class of
Dominant personality.
We've just decided that the coxswains are more important to the boat than the oars.
Are you a coxswain too?
We've just
Here we go.
decided
Well,
that-
let's get a fourth coxswain here.
Hey, here's a fourth.
There's a 5th. Let's get these coxswains over here.
Let's have a coxswain's meeting.
Right.
Never have a coxswain's meeting, because you'll never get a decision.
That's right. You won't be able to get a word in edgewise either.
Decisions.
The most dominant people, I'll tell you. The ladies out there were fabulous. We saw them go whipping right by us.
As a matter of fact, we were careful not to be in the same vicinity.
We had a great day today. Out there on the water, couldn't have been better. Let's have another 125 more.
Don't get the Harvard colors in here.
My dad, when he first cleaned my diaper, he said it was orange and black.
Because I mean, I come back to this place. The world was meant.
I'm going to thank and introduce a number of people here tonight, but the one person that I want everybody please to thank a lot is the guy who's responsible for putting this all together. He's one of our trustees, David Coven. He's worked very hard. First of all, I want the former and current trustees and officers of the PURA to stand up. There are a number of past coaches here, so if they will all stand up. Now we want to see who's here on the rowing side. So why don't we start with classes of the 20s and 30s. Okay, now let's try the 40s. Now let's try the 1950s. Let's have the guys I rode with and the rest of the 60s. Okay, now things are going to get better here. Let's try the 70s. And the 80s. Graduated 90. Let's have the undergraduates. So I have asked a longtime friend, longtime PURA trustee, and if not the oldest, one of the oldest living Princeton rowers, Kutch Mayers, who probably some of you know since he lives in Princeton and he's at the boathouse a lot, to say a few words about Princeton past. Kutch?
It was my pleasure to go out and for rowing, and I only weighed less than 150, and in those days they didn't call it the lightweight cruise. It was called the 150-pound cruise, and I was glad to get out there and try to build myself up to maybe 150. I don't think I ever reached 150 before I graduated, but I sure rowed for 4 years and enjoyed every bit of it. And of course, a good part of the enjoyment was due to the fact that Gordon Sykes, my faculty advisor, was also the coach. But it was certainly a great pleasure for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Can you make it down? Okay. Great. I've asked my friend and classmate and the athletic director of Princeton, Gary Walters, who has been, as I said earlier today, a very good friend of Princeton Rowing, to say a few words. Gary? Gracias.
Thank you, Dick, and welcome everyone. Last year, and I'm quoting 1996 numbers, we had 48 members of the lightweight crew, and we had 45 members of the men's crew and 68 members of the women's crew, for a grand total of 161 participants in crew at Princeton, which is, I think, the singularly largest number in any sport that we have at the university. You're a wonderful group of people, and I feel proud to call you friends. Thank you very much.
I am next going to ask the coaches to come up.
I'm Joe Murtaugh. I'm the varsity lightweight coach, but I think that being the varsity lightweight crew at Princeton, as far as I'm concerned, is synonymous with Gary Kilpatrick. So, Gary, if you would stand, please.
My name's Lori Dauphiny, and I'm the varsity women's coach.
My name's Mike Teddy, and I'm the mean coach.
My name's Kevin Cotter, and I'm the good guy coach.
Hi, I'm Melanie Onufrief. I'm the novice women's coach, and I guess that makes me sort of part of both, maybe? Good and bad?
I'm Curtis Jordan. On behalf of all of us, I truly thank you. I thank you for what you've given us and the opportunity you've given us, and I hope you appreciate what you belong to, because this, for me, it's really special, and I hope it's really special for you. Thank you.
That was good. That was good. That was good. I didn't have you speak at my wedding.
I've asked all the captains to come up, and one of them is going to speak. Please come up.
I'm Alfredo Cabeza. I'm one of the lightweight captains.
I'm Sarah Ryerson, and I'm one of the co-captains of the women's team, and the other co-captain, Leslie Guin, would be with us, but unfortunately she's sick in the infirmary.
I'm Tom Fernandez, lightweight co-captain.
I'm Ted Carson, heavyweight captain. I'll make this pretty brief because I know you don't want to hear me, you want to watch the movie. But consensus is that the captains and the rowers would like to thank everybody for coming here tonight, and especially your support that you've shown over the years. The Henley trips, I've always rowed in new equipment, which is something pretty amazing. It's very difficult to make sure all the teams are fully supplied, and something we appreciate, and we realize how lucky we are. Thanks a lot for coming here. I hope you really enjoy this evening. I know I am.
For me, the high point of this event is seeing that original women's crew row this morning. I've asked them to come up.
Well, I've been elected to do a brief little speech here. First of all, I think I speak for all of us in saying that it is wonderful to be here celebrating the 25th anniversary of Women's Crew, as well as the 75th and 125th anniversary. I don't think any of us ever dreamed we'd be here doing this when we first started this thing. I do want to just take a second and give you a brief idea of how this thing started and acknowledge one person in particular, and that is Amy Richland, the class of '73. Amy is known by us as the mother of women's rowing because she is the single most significant person in getting women's rowing started at Princeton. Amy sent out a mailing along with the other mailing to the rest of the freshmen who were coming in the fall of '71. And the the sentence that caught everybody's attention at that point and got us a good start of the Colonel of the Crew for that year was the following. The way I see it, she said, you wouldn't be at Princeton if you like to do things the easy way. And I think it's a real testament to not only the women here, but also to all the people who've come afterward that we're where we are today. So thank you. Oh, one other thing. One other thing. It just so happens that it's Al Peranian's birthday tonight.
The trustees decided that we needed to think about what the Butlers did for rowing and create an award that recognizes that kind of long-term loyalty and dedication to the present and to the future of rowing. This is going to be a surprise for the two gentlemen who have been awarded the first Butler Awards. They are Kutch Mayers, class of 27, and Lon Israel, class of 45. The trustees have decided that it's now our turn to provide a legacy for the future of Princeton rowing. We have recently obtained the approval of the university to include the expansion and the renovation of the boathouse in the campaign for Princeton that is going on. No mean feat. Mac Lewis, one of the guys I rowed with, not sitting at that table, has volunteered to head up the effort to put that $6 million together. And I've asked Mac to say a few words to you about what our plans are. 2 days ago, I got the university's approval to do this on a fast-track basis, to get architecture selection going immediately, not waiting for the fall trustees meeting, with the possibility, if we all do our part, of starting construction on the boathouse at the end of next season and having as our next meeting of this body the dedication of the boathouse in a couple of years.
I appreciate being able to talk to you, and I agree with Dick. This is an opportunity and a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. As I think about this, and I think about the crowd that is here, and it's amazing, it's overwhelming, this is a marvelous show of support of the Princeton rowing family. I want you to join me in thanking Dick for the role he's had in Princeton rowing.
We assigned to Bob Farron, class of 68, executive producer, and Steve Pell, class of 53, the task of putting a video together for this dinner. Little did we expect that Bob would turn into Mr. Hollywood. He and Steve have put in so many hours putting this together. It is an amazing video, and I've asked Bob to introduce it. Bob, please come up. At the conclusion of the video, we will have a rendition of Old Nassau, and then we'll all go home and have a good time.
Steve Pell, would you come up here too? I think it would be helpful. Yeah. When my classmate Mac Lewis called me and said the PURA trustees had offered my assistance as putting together this film, I had never done this. This was my first experience making a film. But What challenge can a Princeton rower not meet?
I think everybody has heroes in this world. I just want to tell you, my heroes are the 160 or 70 men and women at the Princeton Boathouse each year who are doing what we are celebrating here. We were you once, now you are us. Thanks.
Let's roll it.
Set, go!
I can't remember every race that I rode at Henley, but I can remember the last one, and I can remember how I felt